Good evening, gamers, and welcome to another episode of the What I'm Playing Now podcast. My name is Joe Luzzi. With me, as always, is my co-host Greg Martin.
What?
And we are on episode 10. We are in double digits.
I was just like panning that out for as long as I could.
Yeah, I know.
So double digits. It's an exciting day, Joe. In fact, to celebrate the occasion, I drew a picture for everybody.
It's picture pages.
Yeah, picture pages. It's
Uncle Greg.
Yeah, Uncle Greg. Here we go. Uncle Greg with pictures. So here we go. We love you, Antarctica. That's from Northeast Ohio. We love you. This is a car crash. That's Justin Bieber down there, by the way. His car blew up. This is what happens every day when you walk out of the house. The wind blows your hair in all different directions. You get snow in your face. And this is me hunting a polar bear because I hate them. And
Why do you hate polar bears? Why you got to be like that?
Because I needed the paradox of having to say I love Antarctica and then killing a polar bear. And I'm pretty sure PETA's going to hate us now.
Yeah, that's great.
There's the picture for the week of dead Justin Bieber and me shooting a polar bear. Uncle Greg.
Someone has way too much time on their hands.
I did that
way too much time on their hands.
I did that like 2 minutes before we started the show. I was like, we need something to celebrate 10, and that was it.
The Antarctica picture. Well, for as cold as it's going to be tonight, that's probably about the best way to describe it around here.
Yeah, because, you know, it's great living in Northeast Ohio.
This winter is freaking crazy, man.
That sucks ass.
Yeah, I'm tired of this already.
So what are you going to do when it warms up?
Enjoy it, like I always do.
See, what's going to happen is I'm going to be the stereotypical Ohioan and bitch about it when it gets too hot.
I never complain. Never complain when it gets too hot. I complain when it gets too cold.
It screws with my allergies so bad when it gets hot. Like the first week of summer or something, I'm just in here in front of the air conditioner. That's it. I can't go outside. I can't do anything because if I do, I just have like an hour-long sneezing attack and I'm dead.
That's why they make allergy pills and nose sprays.
I can't. Dude, I'm immune to them. You want to know why? It's a fucking polar. It's a polar bear.
What did that polar bear bite you? You have some sort of polar disease now.
Yes. Son of a bitch.
Okay.
I'm angry.
Wow.
All right, that was the end of the episode.
Thank you for watching episode 10. We are done. We'll be back next week. Talk about some games.
With another dead polar bear. I'll actually be wearing the coat that time. Uncle Greg.
All right, we can be found whatimeplayingnow@gmail.com. Send us some emails. Follow us on Twitter. What I'm Playing Now. Drop the G. Look for us on Facebook. Although I haven't done anything yet. I'll try to start this week. There's been a lot going on, and just getting by lately.
Dude, that's what you got to do, man.
On to the news.
Dun dun dun.
So one of the games I'm going to be talking about in What I'm Playing Now, in the What I'm Playing Now section, was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Because that was the free game for PlayStation Plus last week, I think, or the week before. I think it was last week.
Look at you swallowing up them free games, man.
So, dude, it's if you don't have PlayStation Plus and you own any Sony product, that's insane.
See, that's what I say too, right? But I'm looking for all the Vita stuff now. And there aren't really any compelling Vita things, like Vita-specific things.
There's quite a few Vita things out there.
Yeah, nothing I'm interested in.
Well, I need a bigger memory card because there are a couple of things I do want to download. I wanted to download that new Ali Ali game.
I didn't see
it. Just came out this week.
I
think it came out last week, towards the end of last week. It's like a little side-scrolling 2D skateboarding type game, reminiscent of old school Tony Hawk. And everybody says it's like kind of really hard. It's got like a learning curve to it. It sounds like.
Really?
They say it's kind of hard to get a feel for it and everything, but once you do, you become super addicted to it, they say. And I've read this on several different sites. So it's on sale for PlayStation Plus for like $10.50 or something like that. So I want to pick it up, but I don't have enough room on my memory card. So I'm really eyeing that Japanese 64 gig that's on Amazon, and I may purchase that. So, sorry, I'm yawning. I'm tired.
I just had to get you shit for it.
One of the things, though, when I was looking at the Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, I found a website, How Long to Beat, and it's actually howlongtobeat.com. And I don't know, have you ever seen this website before? I had never seen it. I was looking to see how long it would take to beat Brothers, because I was like, can I knock this out, real quick? I heard it's a short game. And I start looking around, and I'm like, they actually have people on here that they talk about main story and extras, unlockable, if you want to be a completionist, how long it's going to take you and everything. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. This has got some really nice stats on there. And the way they have everything compiled, I thought this was pretty cool, and I had never seen this before.
Yeah, I was looking at this, and I thought, this would have saved me, see, I'm that kind of asshole who plays a game, and I'll get halfway through it, and the story will intrigue me so much that I'll go, on Wikipedia or something, and I'll look at what the rest of the story is.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But then I go back and play the game, and I'm just like, I'm still surprised at what happens. Like, I never read it. Just it's like, oh, wow, that really did happen. Wikipedia didn't lie.
No, there's sometimes where I sit there and cuss at a game, and I'm like, just get me to the end already, because I just want to see the end and move on to another game.
Yeah, you're that completionist guy.
Yep, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't want to say completionist in that, I go for every trophy or every unlockable or anything like that.
Right.
But I do like to play. I do like to see the end of the endings of games.
Oh no, I totally understand that. I like to see endings of games too, but by the same token, I'm also extraordinarily impatient.
Oh, trust me, I am one of the most impatient people around.
I mean, why do you think I came home? How do you think I finished P4G so fast? That's all I did was I came home and I'm just like, okay, can I beat the game now? No. Okay, can I beat the game now? No.
Yeah, you did beat that. That's insane. I'm up to about 60 hours in, and I think I'm going into the last one of the last dungeons. We'll see though. Don't tell me. I don't want to know anything.
No, which dungeon is it? Just for shits and giggles.
The police detectives. The Naotos. Naotos?
Yeah, Naoto. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going into his. So don't say anything. Don't ruin it for me. I'm going into his dungeon, so you know where I'm at.
Dude, we figured that out last time, but I shouldn't say anything to you.
I really didn't. I played it some over the past week, but not like I was the week before. This past week, I really didn't do a whole heck of a lot of gaming, let's say. I just dabbled with things here and there. There
was a specific reason for that, though. I'm sure, but
yes, there was.
That's excusable, but
so
we'll give you a bye on that one. You got a bye week.
Yes, I needed a bye week, so. But I thought this How Long to Beat was a pretty cool site. I'm definitely going to have this bookmarked and check it out from now on, because once I saw the brothers in there, I was like, oh, well, what about Persona? I start looking up all the Persona games and everything, and they have them all in here and everything, and some of that stuff is insanely long. I mean,
yeah.
Some of that shit's just crazy.
I guess the next question is this going to... Are you going to look at this for future game purposes or purchases, and is this going to affect your purchasing decisions for games?
No, I don't think time really has ever come into play for me for a game and made me decide. I kind of just wanted to know if I can knock out Brothers while the wife was at work Sunday. So I started it Sunday morning, and I was like, can I finish this before she comes home so I have something to fucking talk about on the podcast? That was true. That was really exactly what I was thinking when I started the thing. So I wanted to know if it was like a 3-hour game, 6-hour game. When I saw it was like a 3.5 hour game, I was like, I could do this. So, and I did.
Done.
I did. I started it and finished it, and when we get to it, I will talk about it. But I mean, completion is for Persona 4 Golden, 136 hours. Main story, 68 hours.
Yeah,
That's just some crazy ass numbers.
Yeah, I mean, for like total 100% completion, I could see the 160 or the 100 some odd hours easy.
Yeah, 136.
Yeah, core game, definitely that's about right. 60 some odd, that's about right.
Yeah, so I'm getting there. I'm still liking it. I'm really enjoying Persona 4 still. Having a blast with it.
As you should.
I got a couple of my social links maxed. I got the Yukiko one maxed because she's my girlfriend. She's in love with me. I got the
Joe, who isn't in love with you? That's
I don't know. I mean,
you've got
just,
that. You've got the
that's
trophy.
A given.
Yeah, I mean, you've got that trophy for the, everybody loves you on Persona 4, but then you got a real life trophy where it's just like everybody loves me.
And I did the soccer one, the sport one. I maxed out as well.
Oh, with Daisuke?
Yeah.
I'm still working on his.
Yeah, I maxed him out with the other guy. And then I just got a new one by working at the hospital. Have you worked at the hospital on your second playthrough? Because I think you said you did it on your first playthrough.
Yeah, my second one I'm doing the hospital because the first one I did the daycare.
Yeah, I've only been to the daycare once. I've been to the hospital more.
That one at the daycare was really fucking annoying. I hated that one.
Yeah, I did it once and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't. I just went.
I don't like kids.
I went to the hospital. And at the hospital you actually unlock 2.
Oh wow!
If you did not know that.
No, I didn't. Woo-hoo! See, I got you one up on the whole game, but you got me on these like little parts. So it's like 2 slinks are at the hospital, bro. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I unlocked. So well, have you started working at the hospital?
Yeah.
So have you unlocked one of the slinks?
One of them, yeah.
Okay. There's another one. You'll find it.
I'll look for it. I'll find it, dude. Trust me.
So that was How Long to Beat. Check it out, people. If you have never been there before, like I said, in all of the time I've spent gaming, I never even thought that somebody had a site put together on basically, how long it takes people to beat games. Thought it was just kind of cool. One of the other news stories we're going to talk about, Candy Crush Saga King.
Yes, douchebags of the world.
And I knew since you were a developer, you'd want to talk about this one some. So that's one of the reasons why I threw it in here, because I wanted to get your opinion on this.
These guys well, here's my opinion. These guys are dicks.
Oh, dude, I hope that their games just burn and I don't even know. I don't even have words to say it. I'm speechless.
Like they're just sitting there coding and all of a sudden their PC blows up and like, well, I guess that's that.
Well, I mean, first of all, last week it all started off that they were starting to send out, I don't want to say cease and desist, but they were starting to send out like what sounded like lawsuits and everything to people that were using candy in their game or like Saga.
Yeah, it's that stereotypical Apple bullshit where they try to copyright words in the English language. So, like, if anybody else uses that word, you owe them a royalty, or they just like, nope, whatever you're doing, just don't do it.
But it sounds like they were just being kind of dicks about it, and they were doing it because they just want to try to protect their IP, Candy Crush Saga, and I don't know. I really don't think you should be allowed to trademark words like that. But then another story comes out where the stuff that they were doing were people who were possibly impeding upon their IP or maybe making games that were similar to their Candy Crush. They did themselves. They hired a third-party development team who made a game called Pack-a-Void, which is basically a complete ripoff of Scamper Ghost.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll pull this Pack-a-Void game down. So it's like, whoa. You guys are sending out papers to other publishers and distributors, but yet you did the same thing yourself. When I read that, I was just like, oh, these people just need to just go down.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
I was like, this is like the lowest form of shit that I have ever seen before.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. What King did and is continuing to do is complete and total bullshit, right? Everybody over there just needs kicked in the throat like 30 times. They're fucks, every single one of them. But actually, the worst people are the people that they paid to make the copies of those games, and the people that did it, right? I mean, how much of a fuck do you have to be to realize that somebody else did that work, and you're legit copying off of them for $3,000 to sit in a basement for a week?
Well, I feel sorry for all the people that actually pay and buy into the whole Candy Crush Saga thing, and for as popular as it is, it's just a shame that people are actually supporting a developer like this and a company like this, considering how low they are.
Well, let's put it this way: Candy Crush Saga. Who plays that? Retards on Facebook, right? They don't know any better. They don't know the kind of stuff that King does. They probably don't even know that King makes the game.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't understand things like, oh, King's a bad company or King's full of assholes. They're just like, oh, Candy Crush Saga, let me send 30 invites to my friends. And
my wife sends them to me all the time.
Yeah, and every time I have friends on Facebook that send to me, and every time I see them, I just want to punch them.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I get really pissed off when I see stuff like this. These guys are dicks.
Yeah, I was just really. I will definitely never play any of their games again. I will definitely be boycotting them. I don't care how good of a game they make, however addictive any of their games are. I was never a Candy Crush fan to begin with. I played it a couple of times and thought it was just a stupid match 3 and just could not get into it like other people have gotten into it.
Right. Now, good match 3 is Frozen on Android. That's a great match 3.
There you go. We've talked about that before.
Yeah, and that's because I played the shit out of it. Aside from the micropayments, it's a good game. They're not, and Disney, well, I mean, they've got their own track record for making, micropay games, and I think that's what everybody's pissed over, but they're not King. They're not going out there and attacking people for doing stupid oh my god.
Yeah.
Next story.
Next story. Have you ever played any of the Gears of Wars?
Dude, I am a Gears whore.
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious? Because I didn't think you had a 360.
I don't, but here's the thing. Gears of War 1 came out. My buddies and I all stayed up all night playing Gears and finished it the same day we bought it. Same thing happened
Holy crap.
Same thing happened with Gears 2. And with Gears 3, I actually went and rented a 360 from the local brick and mortar video store.
God.
So I could play the game. Yeah. Dude, I fucking love Gears. You want to talk about somebody who mastered the reloading controls? That's me. I can hit that bitch every time.
All right. Well, I played Gears 1. I played a little bit of 2. I never played 3 or any of the other ones. I like it. I think it's a good game. And Microsoft actually bought the actual franchise from Epic today. That was some of the big news that was floating around. So basically, for this next generation, you have Halo and Gears of War probably going to be exclusive to the Xbox One.
Big shocker.
So I thought that was rather interesting. Not that I ever really thought Gears of War was going to be coming to the PlayStation 4 at all, but now it definitely will not.
Well, I mean, what's the big loss? I mean, Microsoft's got their big IPs, Sony's got their IPs. This is just another way of solidifying the fact that, if you want to play Gears, it's going to be on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And you say what you want about the Xbox, Gears is a fucking awesome game.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, if there were ever a reason I would buy a 360 or an Xbone, it would be for Gears.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah. That first one was awesome, dude. Oh, my God, that game was so awesome. Got killed so many times on the last boss.
I never finished the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Kim might have got that for me for my birthday when it first came out, that first year.
Uh-huh.
Whenever Deliverance Day or whatever the hell, not Independence Day, whatever it was called, Divergence Day or whatever. There was one day I thought that there was one time they had a name for it, what it was called when it came out.
The day Gears came out?
No, there was a name for it, silly.
Gears Day?
But I think she bought that for me for my birthday that first year.
Wow.
I can't remember, but I think that's when I got that. Yeah, I really like that. We tried to do 2-player co-op on that, and wasn't she just wasn't having it. It was kind of hard to do split screen.
Yeah, that was the hard thing we had doing with that one. I mean, it was still kind of difficult even with the later ones because they still had split screen with those.
Right.
We eventually just said balls to it and got a big ass 42-inch and we're playing it that way.
There you go.
That worked out really well. Oh man, once you start playing Gears with people who are really good at it, oh, dude,
you can't go back,
dude. It gives Halo multiplayer a run for its money.
Really? Wow,
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but then again, I wasn't really a big Halo guy.
I'm not a big Halo guy either.
No, I liked the first one. The second one was probably my favorite. That was actually the first one I beat on Legendary. And then the third one I beat on Legendary, but I just remember seething rage when I was playing that game, and I can't go back to it. But the second one was really good.
I never finished any of the Halos either. Just I played through a lot of the first one, but I just never really liked Halo that much. My brother was big into Halo. He was actually bigger. He might have been bigger into Gears though, because I remember he played the first two. He played the first one. I think he finished the first one with several different buddies, multiple times. I think they played through that first one and maybe even the second one as well.
Gears or Halo?
Gears.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude, that doesn't surprise me.
So.
That doesn't surprise me. But yeah, this is pretty good stuff. I'm pretty sure the Gears quality will stick, even though Microsoft owns it. At least you would hope so. They better be really careful with that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because, I mean, Cliffy B is no longer with Epic, so right. It'll be really interesting to see what actually happens to the next Gears. Do they do a whole reboot and basically restart the whole series over for the next generation of games for the Xbone? To me, they almost need to.
Yeah, but
it seems like it needs to.
Right, but you know what this leads into is it leads into a really scary conversation. Sorry, my back's really itchy for some reason. I don't fucking know why. This leads into a really scary conversation about franchise reboots. Kind of like what we talk about almost constantly with Tomb Raider. One of the few successes of a franchise reboot. But, I mean, that's really murky water you're walking in there because you're talking about fucking with existing characters, existing storylines. These are, clearly recognizable characters to people and a recognizable storyline. And you risk alienating a lot of your fans by doing that. So, I don't know if that's what the solution for the Xbox would be.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean the ending of 3 didn't really leave it open for a whole lot of. At least to me it didn't. But because after 3 they released side games, but it always backpedaled on shit that happened before the ending of 3. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there.
So yeah, that one's a wait and see one. But next is a story you threw up here about Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. Easy for me to say. the definitive edition coming out PS4 and Xbone. And from basically what it sounds like, the PS4 one may look a little bit better and play a little bit smoother than the Xbone one.
Right. So here's the thing: the story I posted, really geeky article about. I don't know if you read into that, Joe, but this one went pretty in depth about frame rate comparisons and like is the Xbox 3 Xbone capped at 30 FPS, whereas the PS4 is clearly hitting 60 or fluctuating between them and stuff like that. And they took that and applied it to Tomb Raider. The cool thing is that I think TressFX actually works on the PS4 from the way the article was sounding.
And it's all both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are AMD guts.
Right, but I don't think TressFX is working on the Xbone. I can't be sure about that, but I'm
not too sure about that either.
It didn't make any mention because you can have AMD hardware
Right,
but
right.
it may or may not support the TressFX
Yeah, that's true.
technology.
Yeah, that is a little newer. So I
Right.
don't know if it's on either of them, but
Well, it is on the PS4.
okay.
Yeah, the PS4 definitely runs it. And what they were noticing was that the PS4 version of Tomb Raider, it's uncapped with the frame rate. It does fluctuate a lot between, I think it was 32 and 60 frames per second, depending on whatever was going on at the screen at the time. But overall, the quality for the PS4 version was better than what was available on the Xbox. Now, the price you pay with that, obviously, is when you have frame rate disparities, the control doesn't seem as smooth as it would if you cap the frame rate, and you know what I mean? So
Right.
the Xbone might have a little more smooth controls, whereas the PS4 might look a little better. But most people really won't notice. I mean, if you're just playing the game to play the game, you're probably not going to notice a difference.
It's going to be really hard to tell unless if you actually put the two next to each other, kind of like they have in the video there.
Yeah.
I mean, short of doing something like that, you probably won't notice some of this stuff as you're playing through the game because both games are probably going to look pretty fucking good anyway.
Dude, I mean, let's get the obvious fact out of the way. The new Tomb Raider is gorgeous, no matter where you play it. I mean, if you play it on a PC that doesn't have TressFX, or if you play it on a PC that does have TressFX, it's an awesome looking game. You're gonna have a graphics boner either way. So, but definitely play it on the PS4 if you got it though.
And this is something I may pick up, maybe rent or something on the PS4.
Have you played the new Tomb Raider?
No.
I didn't think you did.
No, I did not, and so I will definitely probably, if I do play it, it would be on the PS4.
Yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts on that. If you play it, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, hopefully I can finish up some of these games I'm currently working on, and
like Persona 4.
like Persona 4, and I got to get back to Assassin's Creed 4.
Damn, man, you still haven't finished that?
I've been playing. I got 60 hours into Persona 4.
What's wrong with you?
I haven't even touched Assassin's Creed really since I got the Vita.
Yeah, you've got the problem I do, where I haven't really, aside from, and the one I'm playing now, aside from that was the one deviation I've had from the Vita this whole time. And it's interesting because I was going back and listening to some of the earlier episodes, and in episode 2, we actually made a lot of remarks about not having a Vita and looking at it and being really scared about getting one because nobody has one. And now that we have one, it's just like, Vita, what? There's something else other than Vita.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I'm not playing Persona 4, I'll usually just grab the Vita real quick and pull up Splunky and just sit there and screw around with Splunky for a little while, which is just an annoying little game that is really good. And it plays really well on the Vita.
I still need to pick that one up. Ooh, cat.
What's that?
I found a cat.
Oh, I thought one of my cats was like...
No, somebody posted a picture of Paprika on Google+. Paprika's a good cat name.
All right, next story.
Yeah.
This is the one Game Jam game.
Dude.
I'm just going to let you talk about this one because I don't know how to even start about this one.
I don't either. This is so fucking weird.
Where did you even... I guess you found the story off on Kotaku, but what...
It was on Twitter.
Okay.
It was on Twitter, and I have to admit, the title caught my eye alone, and that's why I looked at the article.
So the title is called How Do You Do It? It was made at the Global Game Jam 2014 by Emmett Butler, Nina Freeman, art by Jonathan Kataka, and audio by Dekman Koss. And from the little 2-minute video that I watched here, this game's fucking insane.
I know. You see what I mean? Like, I don't even know what to...
It's a little girl playing with 2 dolls, trying to get them to basically kind of have sex or something, is what it looked like from the video.
That's what it is.
The mother leaves the house, and the girl picks up these 2 little Barbie and Ken dolls and just starts banging them together. I was like, what? What is this shit that you put here?
I don't know. I just was like, oh, that looks weird. And then I watched a video, and I'm like, oh, fuck me, really? And then I was like, okay, we'll show it to Joe, see what he says.
I, I don't even know what to say. I was just
I,
like, I was kind of, I don't even know. That was just messed up.
so this is kind of like the conceptualization of what happens of a innocent, curious mind when they're left to their devices, right? An innocent,
Yes.
curious mind about the human body when they're left to their devices, more specifically, not just, oh, I wonder what happens if I jump out the window. No, it's like, oh, I have these two naked dolls, but that seemingly represent male and females. What happens with them? And it just never fails to amaze me, the things that you see, like the concepts you see get put into a game. Never fails to amaze me, because when you see shit like this,
Yeah, I was really surprised about that one because
ugh,
I didn't know where they were going at first, and then when I saw what she started doing, I'm like, huh, interesting. Okay. I was like, and then it's funny because there's almost the tension to the game when you hear the car door outside and the girl knows the mother's coming into the house and she like instantly drops the dolls and she's sitting there like, I'm not doing anything. I ain't doing shit. What do you mean? What do you mean? These dolls are just sitting here. I didn't touch them.
So it plays on the whole, the whole thing, like I said before, plays on that, but then it's also like the whole you done something wrong aspect that you need to hide from your parents.
The funnier thing was at the end of the video, it came up on the screen. You might have done sex 53 times. Is what it showed, and I just kind of sat there and was like, okay, that's hilarious. Because those dolls were just like smacking into each other. I was like, what? I was like, that actually counts for one.
I'm trying to conceptualize how this would work. Like if you go like this, you might have had sex 40 times.
That was very interesting. So
that goes in the bizarre encounters of 2014 basket.
While our mind's in the gutter, let's go underwater with GTA 5.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a fucking segue.
I don't know how you get underwater with that unless you're like trying to take the dolls in the bathtub.
So basically, I heard about this today on Twitter or one of the things. I really didn't look into it too much until you had posted the story into our news parts. So somebody, it sounds like, on a modded PS3 was able to move some files around and basically sink all of Los Santos underwater and drive around in a submarine and swim around and do all sorts of crazy stuff. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think this was inspired by BioShock or the Rapture thing.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that.
No, I don't think it's just a nice comparison to make because it's kind of like taking one game franchise that's kind of cool, even though they pissed me off over the VGX, and then taking another game franchise that I love, and it's like, oh, here's the baby. So, but the concept of sinking Los Santos underwater, and then I think the best thing I saw while I was watching this video, and I laughed my ass off irrationally hard about this, was when it showed the cars floating up.
Yes. I was trying to say the video I'm watching right now just has like cars floating everywhere, and you just got the submarine just going right around. Or when the guy jumped out of the plane, I think they show during the one video they show guy jumping out of a plane, and he's just floating through the air.
Yeah.
And damn, he just kind of hits the water and just starts swimming, and I'm like, to me that just reminded me something more of Saints Row than something out of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I would really love to, because I saw that and I'm thinking, well, what would it be like if I played San Andreas like that? Or, you know what I mean? Because I played the shit out of San Andreas. Or even GTA 3.
Yeah.
Going back and trying to play some of the older ones like that would be really cool.
It's pretty cool, though, since this was done for the PS3. I wonder if somebody's actually going to make this mod whenever Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out for the PC, because I know a lot of people want this to come out for the PC. I'm still hoping for it to come out for the PS4 so I can maybe play it this year on the PS4. I'd rather do a high-def version of Grand Theft Auto 5 than play it on the PS3. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely something cool. Definitely something to check out some of the videos of Los Santos underwater.
Yeah, definitely.
And from underwater to running across the land,
Dun, 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 dun.
guy has spent 3 years trying to walk to the end of Minecraft, which is known as the Farlands.
Yeah, which actually has been removed in newer versions.
Yeah, but I guess the thing is, sure, he can run there, but can't he just fucking teleport there in the game?
Well,
I was like, why is this guy spending 3 years doing this shit? Just teleport the damn thing out there. What?
Okay, so here's the thing. This guy started this a long, long time ago, right? I remember hearing about this when I first started playing Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, I remember this as well.
And he originally started it as kind of like a joke, if I remember correctly, because a lot of people were doing exactly what you said was, you know, somebody looked at a map editor, figured out, hey, there is a point in this game where the map generation code just foo-bars on itself, and that's what you get, is the Farlands. So they were TPing out there and all this other shit and looking at it, and yeah, you know, it's cool to actually to TP out there, but the thing that's interesting is that the Minecraft worlds are actually so fucking huge that this is what happens. It literally will take you that long to get over there.
Well, it says in his 3 years, he's only got about 700 kilometers, and the point at which the Farland starts is around 12,000.
Right.
So he's got a ways to go.
Oh yeah,
he's got a couple more years ahead of him.
He's also had some charity work for this too.
Which is pretty cool.
Right.
When I read that, I thought that part was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I believe when he first started that, he did some live stream work for charity, and I don't remember who he did it for precisely, but I know the funding went to charity. I don't think he's done a live stream for charity anymore. I mean, how many times can you live stream for charity when walking on Minecraft? You know? But it would be interesting to see how long it takes him to actually walk there. I mean, clearly he's not sitting there with Minecraft running 24/7 with something pasted on the W key, just, you know, walking aimlessly and having some auto jump script to clear whatever blocks are in front of him. But yeah, it would be really cool to see how long it takes him to actually finish it. Now, Minecraft worlds now, I believe, are a little bit larger than that.
Yeah, but see, I guess the thing is, if he did it he wouldn't be able to do it in an adventure game, but he might be able to do it in the sandbox game, because the mobs probably wouldn't kill him in the sandbox.
Right. I mean, he could just set his game mode to 0.
Yeah.
You know, and then just keep walking forever and ever and ever. Or he might even make it interesting. I didn't watch the live stream, so I don't know how he did this, but he might.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch one of the videos for a little bit and actually check it out and see.
Yeah, I mean, because it would be really interesting to see, like, if he left his game mode on normal. What he should have done was he should have done an Iron Man style, right? He should have put it on, like, the hardest difficulty and then just started walking.
And then just that would have been interesting, but that would prolong this even further.
I mean,
because you would have to take breaks every night. You wouldn't be able to just run through everything.
Right.
I mean, there's no way you'd be able to do anything. You'd be digging into the ground every time nighttime would come.
Right, but how much street cred would he get if he pulled that off? Right? I mean, that dude, I would have. I'd have him over for dinner.
Definitely. That would be one hell of a feat if you would be able to do that. That'd be one hell of an accomplishment.
Well, Joe, there's our new live stream.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's all you, buddy. All right, let's get on to the what I'm playing now part of our show where we talk about games we're playing right now. So I mentioned I was playing Splunky. I've been screwing around with pinball games on the PS4 still, playing some Don't Starve on PS4. But the one game that I did play and finish over the weekend, well, mainly yesterday, was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I had heard quite a bit about this game last year. I know it was on quite a few people's top 10 list. I heard it was supposed to be a really, really good game. I will say the story was pretty darn good. The story was pretty outstanding. There were a couple of times in the game where I thought I wasn't really too keen on the controls. The way the characters interacted was really different. There's really no English speaking in the game. They kind of just have their own language, almost like a sim talk where the brothers kind of just talk to each other and kind of motion to each other as to what they're doing.
Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, Uncle Herbie. Uncle Herbie,
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as the Sims language. The Sim language is really fucked up.
No.
I mean, so it's not as bad as that, but it's different. Now, I don't know if you know anything about this game. It's a single-player game, and you have these two brothers who it's kind of like a co-op puzzle platformer. The thing is, you're controlling both brothers. So the left stick controls the older brother, the right stick controls the younger brother.
Oh.
And whenever you want them to interact, you basically hold in like R2 or L2.
Wow.
So a lot of the puzzles, you really have to use the two of them together and really have good control over them to get through a lot of the puzzles. It's some of the puzzles are tricky. Some of the puzzles are really obvious. Some of them, I had to sit there for a minute and look around and be like, what do they want me to do here? Oh, okay, I got this.
Oh,
now,
dude.
The one thing I did notice in playing the game, I probably made it through about 3/4 of the damn game before I even got a trophy. And I was wondering, I was like, does this game not have any fucking trophies in it? I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because I thought I was exploring quite a bit. I thought I was playing the game more than just trying to run through it and finish it. So I sat there, and when I got to the one point, I go, I'm going to pause right here. Let me pull something up on a wiki. Let me see if they have any trophies. And just by chance, the one walkthrough I found, I was right by a trophy, so I read what I needed to do, and I unlocked the trophy. And then I unlocked one shortly right after that. And I think I only did 2 trophies through the whole game before I finished it.
You were looking for how to you were looking for how to get a trophy, and then you get a trophy for looking how to get a trophy.
Well, no, it was funny because the point I was at in the game, I was literally just like right by one of the trophies to kick it off, and I was like, well, let me just go do this then. But it was really odd because like I said, I played through like 3/4 of the game. I'm like, I haven't seen one fucking trophy pop up yet or anything for this. What? I know this is a short game. This game has to have trophies. What am I doing wrong? And I guess I just wasn't exploring as much as I should have been, which, like I said, I thought I was. I mean, I wasn't just trying to fly through all the puzzles or anything, but it was just really, really crazy that I was missing that many things. So, like I said, the story very well put together. The story was very well written. For being about a 3.5 hour, 4 hour game, I think it'd finish it between 3 and 4 hours. I would definitely say you would probably like this, mainly just for the story.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. My problem though is I hate it. From the way you were describing it, it sounds like the core mechanic of the game is based on your ability to balance your reaction between your 2 thumbs for certain things, and I'm right-handed and I'm not left-handed, so I'm just gonna like have a seizure with my left hand and screw everything up.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's not that bad. It's definitely playable, definitely doable. Some of the puzzles that will make you think. Some of them does come down to some timing, since it does have some platforming aspects to it. But it's definitely not something you wouldn't be able to overcome because it sounds like you're not ambidextrous. I guess I am because I didn't have much of a problem.
Well, no, I mean, dude, I've played bass for almost 10 years now. I'm dexterous, but I'm still not confident in my ability to control my other hand. God damn, that sounds wrong.
You'll be fine. You will be fine.
Sounds like you're trying. It sounds like you're trying to talk me up to like, dude, don't worry about it, Greg. It's your first time. You just whatever.
Just suck it up and just do it.
All right, back in the water.
So, but it was pretty cool. I don't know if it would have been a game that would have made my top 10 last year. Like I said, I thought the story was very well written. It definitely had some twists and turns at the end. Stuff I did not see coming were thrown in there. But it's definitely worth a playthrough, especially for as short as it is. It's a game you can do in one sitting. It's something you won't get bored with. I really like the art style of the game. I thought the art style was pretty unique and different. And it was a nice little tale.
Yeah,
So,
I do like the art style.
yeah.
I'm taking a. I was being a dick earlier. I'm getting like 90,000 things on Facebook for our show, I'm starting to look at the artwork now. It actually does look really good.
Yes, it was.
It's on PC. Nice. I'll have to get it on PC.
Yeah, pick it up on Steam.
Yeah, I'll have to get it on PC because I'm still a noobzor and I don't have a PS3 yet or PS4. So. Oh, there's a nice picture of blonde American Asian lady. What's her nuts? Taylor Swift. There you go.
Okie dokie. From the Grammys last night.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the page on Giant Bomb.
Okie dokie.
Yep, just I wanted to bring everybody up to speed.
All right, so you've been playing Skyrim Dragonborn.
Yes, as if I already haven't played Skyrim enough in my life.
I know you're 160 hours, wherever the hell you have into it, probably more than I have into Asheron's Call.
Well, there's what I have for online Steam, and then there's what I haven't synced to it yet. And total would probably put me over about 220.
Fucking insane.
All
right, how is Dragonborn? I never played any of the DLC for Skyrim. I haven't even finished Skyrim, and I'm about like I have 70 hours into it only.
Joe, we need to have a conversation after the show. So, Skyrim, putting aside the fact that I've modded the game to bits, played it for almost 250 hours of my life, which I don't regret in the least because the game's amazing.
You've gotten your money's worth out of it.
Oh, absolutely. And my phone's going to die. So, anyways, I did play Hearthfire. Hearthfire is the DLC that lets you build your own house, have your own family. You know, you can adopt little kids and sell them on the black market and all this other shit. Good DLC. Bad one to play when you have Dawnguard, because Dawnguard's the one where you can turn into a vampire, and that pretty much ruins the whole Hearthfire experience because you can't go out in sunlight and blah, blah, blah. Dragonborn, I actually bought this DLC like shit. I think I bought it when it first came out, and I completely forgot I had it. So it just sat there. And then I'm looking at Skyrim last week. I was looking at Skyrim like, oh, I have the Dragonborn DLC. Because I have the Nexus Mod Manager.
Right.
And I was looking at all the mods I had installed, all like ESPs. And then I was looking through the list, and I seen Dragonborn. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I bought that. I might want to play that. So
free game.
Yeah. So what I did is instead of using my normal playthrough, I started a new game. Used console commands to auto level myself up to about 50, and then went out, killed like 30 dragons, and then I started playing Dragonborn. And it's actually a really good DLC. I think the story's a little shallow compared to Dawnguard. It just doesn't feel as enthralling to me. Like Dragonborn isn't sucking me in for anything other than the combat and the new armors and weapons that you get from the DLC. Also, there are perks that get added to some of your shouts, and there's even new ones that you can get too. Like there's one that'll give you actual dragon armor that comes around you and increases all your stats for.
Oh, that's nice.
An insane amount of time. You can only use it once a day. It's like a passive power. You can only use it once a day. But dude, the buffs you get from that are so amazing. You're basically unkillable at that point. There's the ability to ride a dragon, but it's very fucking clumsy. I haven't been able to control the dragon when I'm riding him. I just can't do it. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Like I'm fucking about with the mouse and it's just not doing anything.
It's because you're not ambidextrous.
Apparently not.
We've just proven that. So
I know. If my left hand were just a little more nimble, I could pull this off. But and the weird thing with the dragon riding too is that like if some random dragon just attacks you out of nowhere and you use the shout to tame the dragon, what'll happen is you get on the dragon, fly around, and then you tell him to land so you can get off. He'll still hover around you, okay? But when that shout wears off, he'll fucking fly back down and attack your ass again.
I was gonna say once you get on the ground, why don't you just kill him?
Well, that's because he's still friendly.
Oh.
What'll happen is you land, and he's not aggroed. He's still friendly. So when you land, he actually gets up and flies around the air. Now they will attack enemies, kind of like if you summon Dunavir. He will come around and attack enemies and all this shit. But he aggroes again, so he comes back down. You gotta fucking kill him. It's completely ridiculous. The bad guy in Dragonborn actually seems really cool. The story there has a lot of ability to just go into something completely insane. Like the bad guy in Dragonborn is the first known Dragonborn ever.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a whole shit ton of places that could go. But I just haven't finished it yet, and I'd really like to see this story go on for a little bit more. It actually takes place back in Morrowind, believe it or not.
That's interesting.
It takes place on the island of Solstheim. So you're technically not on Vardenfell, but you're close enough to Morrowind that, the Red Mountain's still there. You've got the ash spawns flying around. It actually plays the Morrowind music in the background, which I thought was really cool.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's neat.
I was walking around and I'm like, that sounds familiar. I was listening to it. I'm like, oh shit, man, that's the Morrowind music. I was just like an instant boner. I was like, yes. But no, it's really cool DLC so far. I mean, there's a lot of extra content, a lot of side quests to do aside from the primary Dragonborn one. And yeah, I would like to see. I just would like to see more depth in the story, like there was in Dawnguard, because Dawnguard was really good, really really good.
Yeah, I kept meaning to, during some of the Steam sales, I kept meaning to pick up some of the different DLC for that, and I just never have. I have so many hours into it, and I still have yet to finish Skyrim. Something I want to definitely get back into. I just haven't had the chance, and since I haven't had a chance to finish the main story, I didn't want to drop any of the coin on any of the DLC yet. So sooner or later, I gotta just get it and just suck it up and finish it. So
yeah, dude, seriously, what's wrong with you?
Dude, I have way too many things to play over here.
This is what happens when you're ambidextrous. Is you just start playing random shit. You're not single-minded.
That's right. No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I am the furthest thing from that. So, did you play anything else this week besides Skyrim?
No, unfortunately, because of issues we talked about before the show.
Yes, understandable.
Yeah,
it's been an interesting week.
You and I both have gone through some interesting times. Mine might have a little shade of pink in the foreseeable future. So
yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
So let's get on to what we want to play.
Yes.
So one of the things that I saw come out over the weekend, it might have come out last week. I watched a video over the weekend. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. There was like an 8-minute video that they released for the game. And it looks pretty fucking cool. I know Lord of the Rings games can be completely hit or miss. I played a bunch of them on back to the PS2. I have a lifetime subscription to Lord of the Rings Online, which I really don't even play anymore. I bought that when it first came out just because I was like, well, let me just drop the $200, have a lifetime subscription rather than paying $15 a month. Probably played it for about 6 months or so, just like every other MMO, and I probably could have saved myself some money by just paying for a 6-month subscription instead of the lifetime. But oh well, I can go back to it anytime I want, I guess.
Hey, you know what? That was kind of just like our solid, ever so solid investment in Cube World.
Yes, that I go back to ever so frequently. But this
I deleted my file.
Oh no, I still have mine. I'm not deleting that damn thing. I paid $20 for a shit.
Dude, I was taking up disk space. I needed to put this. I need to put this on there.
Yes, you need to get that picture scanned in there. Background, desktop picture. But the graphics, it sounds like this is going to be a next-gen game. The graphics on this look really sweet. One of the other things that they're really talking about and pushing with the game is going to be the way the AI plays. So let's say you fight a boss mob early in the game and you get into a scuffle with him and you do something to him. Let's say there's like this goblin or orc that you throw into the fire. You don't kill him, but he gets burned. Later on, when you confront him again, he remembers you burnt him before, and he has a whole dialogue tree and a whole conversation where you've messed with him before. He remembers that, and he wants his revenge on you. And it sounds like this is going to be something that's really, really prevalent in the game, and it sounds really interesting. I'm wondering how many different ways they can go about this, or if you play through it once, you might not hear everything. If you play through it twice, it all depends on how much dialogue and how many different ways you can interact with some of the boss mobs and some of the different characters, I guess. You have like this wraith ability that you're going to be able to put people like within your spell and be able to control them. They were showing like you controlling one of the orcs or whatever, and him basically stabbing that boss guy right in the back during one of his speeches, so you can come in and attack him, and he's actually weakened. So there's some really, really wicked things they got coming in here with the AI, and it definitely sounds like it's going to be something really cool. So if you haven't watched the 8-minute video, watch that and check it out, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Like I said, I know Lord of the Rings games are hit or miss over the years. I'm hoping that this one is actually going to live up to the hype and actually come out pretty good. From what it looks like so far, they're on the right track. So
that sounds awesome, though, man.
The only thing that looked kind of, I don't want to say wrong with it, it almost looked a little Assassin's Creed-ish. The way you're kind of going through the environment, the way you're traversing some of the buildings and everything, it's almost like a mix with that, adding in some of this other dialogue and specific AI. So if you've just played an Assassin's Creed game, I don't know if it'll fly with you or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, AC was never my thing. I just could never get into it.
It's a lot of people say that until they play 4. And 4 is awesome. Until you try 4, you can't say you don't like Assassin's Creed.
Well, then I need to come over to your house, and then I need to play AC4 for a bit and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's AC4 just changes the whole thing, and that game is still outstanding. It does take Assassin's Creed to a whole different level.
Wow. Okay, so that'll be play number 1 then.
So one of the other games that I saw a little video for was a game called Jazzpunk, which you just have to watch the video. I can't even describe what the hell it's about.
Okay, so I'm watching it now.
You're supposed to watch it before the show.
I didn't see it. Joe, this is what happens when you're, swimming in GTA 5.
Check out Jazzpunk. I can't say anything else about it. It looks completely fucked up. That's about all I could say.
I'm kind of watching it a little bit.
It just looks completely insane. I can't even describe it. Don't even know what you do in the game or anything. It just looks fucked up.
Wait, so
but I am in. It's something that I want to play.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Fucking dude just plugged something into his skull.
Exactly. I'm in. I'm sold. I take my money.
Oh, he just downloaded his brain. I'm gonna comment over this. Here we go. Readme.text. He's gonna spit in a toilet. Ugh. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna comment over this.
No, don't. Final Fantasy 12. You just bought the collector's edition. Should be here Friday.
Yeah, I actually just got the email that it's shipped. It will be here Friday. I was like, oh!
I didn't play 12.
I wanted to go back. We talk about this game occasionally. I wanted to go back and play it. I have the original Black Tab copy. But as
12?
Yeah. But as we both know, I'm that kind of asshole that likes to collect things. I like clutter. So the collector's edition was actually originally a GameStop exclusive back when 12 first came out.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep. And it actually came in a nice tin case. Had a well-designed instruction manual and like mini art book in it, I believe. And it also had the game and a bonus disc with like developer content on it. And the litho on the discs was obviously different than the one that's on the Black Tab and all this other kind of stuff. It's just really cool collectors. Back when it first came out, the thing was like $100, I think. I mean, it was ridiculously expensive, and now that everybody's just flooded with them. So you can get them pretty cheap. I picked up mine sealed for $17.
Wow. And that's on the PS2?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I actually want to start a new game over. Like, I don't want to use my existing save because the one I have now, like, all the characters are like level 80. They're pretty well boss characters. I just want to start a new game and go over again because we were talking about that. I think the episode before last, and maybe even the last one too. And it just kind of scratched the back of my mind so much. I was like, okay, I want to play it now. But I wanted the collector's edition for a really long time. I never had a chance to get it when it first came out, so now I'm scratching my itch.
So you go from playing Persona 4 Golding 100 and some hours to Final Fantasy 12 for 100 hours.
And Skyrim for about 250. Excuse me.
How long do you think Final Fantasy 12 will take you to finish?
Now that I know how to beat it, if I do it like I play most other games like this, it's probably going to take me about 2 weeks.
So 100 hours.
Roughly speaking, yeah. Because what's going to happen is, in Final Fantasy XII, what happens is you get to a certain point where your characters are leveled and you have enough gambit slots that you can literally just set them up to go on their own. So what you do is you'll set the gambits properly for your healer or your attacker or your whatever, and you move them into an area and you just let them go. Like, literally, you set the fucking controller down and leave for like 4 hours.
Now, 12 is the one where they introduced the combat that's similar to what you find in like most MMOs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's called the Gambit system.
All right.
Yeah,
I kind of remember that now. Now that you said that, that's
you'll
starting to come back.
You'll actually see the enemies moving around the map, right? And you can. It's not random encounters and other traditional Final Fantasy games. You can actually run up to them and attack them, or you can run away from them after you've aggroed, or you can just avoid them altogether. And they are, there are mixed level enemies on the map. So some places will have enemies around your level, and then some of the other ones will have ones that you probably just shouldn't be fighting at that point in the game.
Right.
But the Gambit system is pretty much where the core of that meat is. Once you get your Gambit set up properly, like I said, you can literally, and I do it too, you can set the controller down, leave the game running for 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever, come back, and your guys are just, farming levels. That's it.
So you're basically just botting.
Pretty much, yeah.
Unattended combat macroing. It's against most of the rules of MMOs.
This isn't an MMO. This is a local game, Joe. This is not your MMO.
I remember when 12 first came out and they had talked about that whole Gambit system, and I had forgot what it was called. And I remember there was a lot of controversy about it because a lot of people really didn't want that style of combat in their single-player game.
Right. And I think that was actually my primary gripe when the game first came out. Because I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I don't want an MMO on my console, all this other crap. Because I'm not an MMO guy. I don't go for those kinds of games. But once I sat down and actually immersed myself into it, I think what attracted me was that it's local MMO. If that makes any sense. Like, it's the combat of an MMO, just not with the 5-year-olds who piss you off.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Kind of like playing through .hack.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's what that is.
Last one, Fallout New Vegas, Lonesome Road.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so this was another of those interesting DLCs that I found out that I bought and didn't play.
You are just having all sorts of free surprises over there.
I know, it's amazing. So I love Fallout. Fallout is amazing. And when I found out that Bethesda heard my cries for help for Fallout 4, I cried. Because I want Fallout 4 to be set in the Commonwealth so we can play with the androids, and that's going to be amazing. And that's what they're doing. They're giving that to me. They called me and said, Greg, listen, we're going to give you this game. Just keep your pants on. So I'm going to keep my pants on for Bethesda so I can play some Fallout 4. But anyways, Lonesome Road. Yes, this is the one where you actually meet. Have you ever played Fallout New Vegas?
No, I have not.
Okay, so to give you a little backstory, the main character in Fallout New Vegas is a guy named Courier 6. and he was basically carrying a package that had a platinum chip. Blah 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 blah. He gets drilled in the head. There was actually a guy who was supposed to take the platinum chip before Courier 6 did, but he saw his name and let him take the platinum chip instead and went off somewhere else. Lonesome Road basically tells the story between this guy and Courier 6, and you actually end up fighting this guy at the end of the DLC.
Oh wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really awesome. Now I played the other New Vegas DLCs. Aurora Blues was really good. I can't remember. I can't remember the other one that had the Burn Man in it. It's been a while, but yeah, this one was the only one that I found left in my gem collection that I hadn't played. So we're gonna go back and finish that. I've got some time in between 12 getting here, and I've got a feeling I'm nearly complete with Dragonborn. So that's gonna be kind of my filler between 12 getting here. Is gonna be Lonesome Road.
Cool.
So yeah, it's as if I have, clearly what we've learned here is I have nothing else better to do with my life.
Well, I need to get back to some Persona 4, so I think we're at the end of an episode. We are calling it.
Yeah! White Cow.
If you have any questions for us, want to know anything, comments on the show, hit us up at whatimplayingnow@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at whatimplayingnow. Drop the G from playing, and follow us on Facebook. And I think that's about it. We'll be back next Monday with another show. We are into double digits. Hopefully we got some good games coming up this week. I have no idea what I'm going to be playing. Trying to continue through Persona 4, and maybe I wanted to play some FIFA over the weekend, and I didn't get a chance to. I haven't touched FIFA in forever.
I'm going to play this nice game called Cut Your Toenails.
That sounds fun. I do that every so often myself.
Dude, mine are out of control right now.
That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. So, all right, everybody, go play some more games and let us know what you're playing now. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.